Whenever I think of pupusas, I think of my relationship with Spanish. I remember when I first started learning Spanish, I was 13 and we got to do a Latin and Spanish cuisine unit in my class. We learned about quesadillas de la Ciudad de México sin queso, quesadillas de otros lugares con queso, albondigas, chimichurri, todo. But one dish that really stood out to me were the pupusas. Una pupusa es un platillo salvadoreño que consiste de queso, a veces frijoles o papas, y son envueltos en masa y cocido al comal. And after that day of Spanish class, learning about the pupusas, volví directamente a mi casa para pedirle a mi madre que comprara todos los ingredientes para preparar las pupusas. So when we finally made them, something was missing with the pupusa. So I looked up what I was doing wrong, and the recipe said that I was missing el curtido, which is some dish with repollo, zanahorias, ajo, cebolla, y todo. So I didn't understand how this brine dish could really elevate the pupusa, but I gave it a shot and made it, and once we tried it, it really just changed the pupusa completely and it was really great. I look back as this kind of showing that in lots of ways I am a pupusa. And no, I don't feel like a pupusa because I feel like I'm eggs or cheese or potatoes wrapped in masa, although I might feel like that sometimes when I look in the mirror without a shirt on. But what I mean is a pupusa alone is kind of bland, kind of meh. But when you have el curtido, it really enriches it and elevates it. And for me and many people, I think their curtido could be their music or art or different capabilities and skills. But I think my curtido es el español. Es lo que me hace sentir algo especial, es lo que me encanta hacer. El español para mí me enriquece exactamente como el curtido enriquece a la pupusa. So probably up to this point you're thinking, gosh Jake, you really like Spanish, you really like cooking. But I think looking at it deeper, Spanish has enhanced my life in a lot of other ways. And one way that I think it's enhanced my life is with my relationship.
Sin tus caderas no puedo cantar. Sin tus caderas no puedo gozar. Sin tus caderas y movimiento, mi ritmo y música va para.
So basically, I met my current partner Ben via the dating app Tinder. I was scrolling through the app one day and saw his profile, and it read a little bit like this.
Hello, my name's Ben. I live here in Missoula. I'm 26 years old.
So after seeing his profile, I wasn't pulled in because of his profile picture, but what pulled me in was in his bio, it said that he could be a personal Spanish tutor. You said in your profile that you were a Spanish tutor. How did you feel about Jake's Spanish when you met him?
So yeah, I was a Spanish tutor for a semester. When I met Jake, I was pretty impressed about his Spanish.
So I was like, tú estás diciéndome que hay un chico quien vive en Missoula, quien también es gay, quien tiene un Tinder y no lo conozco. Ok, obviamente necesito conocer a este chico porque habla español. And because of this, I always joke and say that Spanish was the reason that Ben and I came together and met each other.
Why? When you try to interview.
But in lots of ways, I think it's true because looking back to his profile, I really question if I would have actually swiped right or left or just engaged with him if his profile didn't say that he was a personal Spanish tutor. So another pillar that Spanish has served, apart from my cooking and romance interests, is that it's also enhanced my life via travel. So because of my personal endeavors learning Spanish, I really feel like I've been able to go to a lot of awesome places and speak a lot more Spanish than the common person. During this documentary, I was able to go to San Diego in California, Rosarito y Tijuana in Mexico, and I had an incredible time there. And I think what made it especially incredible is I was able to speak Spanish.
Y es canela, ¿verdad?
Es canela,
Sí, wow.
es canela.
Oh God! And although at the end of the day I might just be this gringo who got to go to Mexico and say hola y gracias y pedir toda su comida en español, but for me it's enough for me, está suficiente.
Por eso lo que hacemos grita, tumbarle con ritmo, le calera.
So, as you can see, I have such a big love for Spanish. But one thing that I do feel holds me back is that I live in Missoula, Montana. And although I love Missoula so much, there's just no Spanish speakers here. And to me, this frustrates me because otra vez me hace sentir aún más como una pupusa. Pero en esta situación me siento como una pupusa dejada al otro lado de la mesa. Aquí está todo el mundo y todas las otras pupusas disfrutándose, aprovechando del curtido, speaking Spanish. Pero yo estoy aquí en Montana, aislado, en mi platillo, la pupusa sola, no pudiendo totalmente aprovechar del curtido y no pudiendo totalmente florecer. Y muchos me dicen, bueno, si tú quieres hablar español, ¿por qué no te vete a Latinoamérica? Pero para mí, yo no quiero salir de mi casa, de mi hogar, de mi Sula, alejarme de mi familia, de mis amigos. Solamente quiero más oportunidades para hablar el español aquí en Montana. So, coming to an end with this documentary, para concluir, a question I feel like I want to first ask, preguntando a todo el mundo, en Missoula, en Montana, todos que no hablan español, ¿para qué no estudiarlo? Porque la verdad no tienen una razón para no hacerlo. Hay más razones para estudiar el español que no estudiarlo. Y tú puedes hacerlo fácilmente, incorporándolo en tu vida, cada día, en cada momento. Porque si tú estudias el español, tú vas a sacar todos los beneficios que yo he sacado del español. Porque son obvios de ver. I see Spanish as a way to connect with 500 million additional people on Earth. It gives me a chance to travel, to meet people, friends, partners, and it even just stretches my cognitive mind. So when looking at me, I hope that I can serve to whoever's watching this as a living example of somebody reaping the benefits of learning Spanish. Yo soy alguien quien puede acceder a sí mismo en dos lenguas, a dos niveles, y realmente ver el poder de este curtido del español. I want to be an advocate for this language in Missoula, porque si podemos abrir a nuestras puertas en par al mundo hispanohablante, todo de nosotros vamos a poder aprovechar y disfrutar de estas pupusas y este curtido tan ricos.